Mm. Hello. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear.
You say you can't or you can't?
Is it my thing?
It's yours.
Uh,
iPad.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Hold on. All messed up. I'm in my car.
Hello, Mr. Washington.
Hold on.
Hello, Mayor. How are you? Long time no see. I'm back.
What's going on in Brentwood? What's new?
There we go.
All wonderful things.
Yes.
Trust me.
Mm-mm.
And I can tell you this. Don't believe everything you hear.
No, I know. It's just it's
Mm.
it's a lot of ridiculousness by some people sometimes, and some people that don't even live in in Brentwood.
Yeah.
So
But hey, I tell you, people will
He
be
can't
people.
even say. He's like, I tell you.
People will be people.
Well, that's what happens in politics. We know this. We take this off.
Yeah.
I had to take another route. It was traffic everywhere.
I don't know if it's because of the like the Netanyahu or the but yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Got a
tough.
whole lot to do with Netanyahu.
Or Delta.
Yeah. Hey, what address is associated with the credit card? Because my wife's trying to set up the QuickBooks for me. And
You know, that is the question of the day because I'm trying to access because there is an address that's on our bylaws, and I don't know where
right.
that address is associated with. So it's probably wherever our post office box is, that's probably the address that we use for
The post office box zip.
it's probably that address. But there's an address that's on our bylaws that we said, what's that address? I'm trying to pull it
Okay.
up now while I'm driving.
And the other thing I wanted to tell you was that I guess at some point Mayor Casey still has she's been doing this. I know you wanted me to take care of the account thing, do the signature or whatever. We had to do a few things at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I'm going to text you my schedule for next week. Um, the only days that I won't be available next week is Wednesday and Thursday, but Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, if she wants to meet up or
She's gonna be on
however
this
we
call.
okay.
Yeah, she'll be on this call. So you guys probably can. I'm not gonna be able to bring it in. You guys can probably coordinate better than me.
Okay. All right.
I know you will. Yeah, that address. Um,
Um,
I
I
don't
think
know.
she reached out to Mayor Robinson, so don't worry about it. I know you're driving. I don't want you trying to look for stuff. Just focus on the road.
I'll try your address. What's your address?
So the email that you sent out, Mayor, said 6 o'clock. Did you have another email that said 6:30?
No, this one was 6 and I haven't sent anything out about the candidate forum, which is at 6:30.
Oh, okay.
But
The
no,
only other thing I
only-
got from you was something about a meet and greet. That was it.
a
And I
meet
got
and
this
greet.
6 o'clock one. Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, that was from me. That was me about the
Oh,
meet
you
and
know
greet.
what? Yeah, that was from you. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cats.
When
Yeah, because
JoJo,
on the 12th, you sent out a meet and greet for no, you sent
that
out
was
the
just an
fly.
idea. Oh, I sent out no
Jolene
flyer.
Ivy one. Yeah, that was that's old. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
that was yeah, that was just to, I think Fairmount Heights and somebody else is having that. Did they change the location?
So the meet and greet
Uh-huh.
for Jolene Ivy, I
Uh-huh.
think that was no, it appears to be wait a minute.
They already had
No,
it, didn't they?
six. Wait a minute. You know what? It was the 15th. I'm tripping. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, it was July 5th, but it was at Fairmont Heights. So
Casey said she's joining. I just texted Mayor Robinson. I don't know if I have Cynthia's telephone number.
Cynthia, she'll be on. She just has to, she has her cable network call. She'll be on as soon as that's done. That's why
And
she's always late.
there we go. I don't know if I have Katrina's telephone number. Hi, Mayor.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good.
hey,
How are you?
Hey,
Okay.
that's cool that we running a little behind. Because I'm still driving.
Hello, Mayor.
Hey, Mayor Casey.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hi.
hey,
She has that pillow talk voice on.
Mayor Casey,
Howdy.
I'm back,
So good to see you.
and I know you
She's
just ready to
happy
get rid
to
of
see
that.
you. No, she's happiest to see you.
Get rid of that bank stuff.
I would
So,
love to do that. I have a nice little packet for you.
Gotcha.
Mayor Robinson has harassed me enough. I've turned over everything. All you need to do
What I
is pick
do.
up checks. Yes, she
This
does a
is
good
what I
job at it.
do. I do it well. I do it very
Yeah.
well.
I do.
That is
I
your
do.
strength.
This is my strength. I
Uh,
do it very well.
So everything's wrapped up for you in a neat little bow, and then you can
Okay.
just take over QuickBooks when we get started.
Yeah, she's matter of fact, my wife's working on that right now.
Well,
So
he got QuickBooks in the house. So
There you
yeah,
go. You have your
she's setting that
in-home
up.
tutorial.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks.
What she did say, what I've been in touch with your wife too, and what she did say is we need to prepare a budget each year. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's a must
Yeah.
under QuickBooks, because you can do one without the budget, or you can do one with the budget. She said it's more viable with the budget, and since you're getting dues, it's easy. It's not that bad. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's for the
So
treasurer
Monday,
and the finance chair anyway.
Mm-hmm. So I
Well,
just
man,
want
Casey-
everybody to know, because the president needs to know too, because we have to prepare a budget.
But that's correct.
You have to prepare a budget, so each year.
Mm-hmm. each year. That is correct.
And we should anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
The only 2 days, Mayor Casey, that I'm not available next week to meet up with you to pick or to do whatever, is Wednesday and Thursday. But Monday, Thursday and Friday, I'm sorry, what did I say? Monday and Tuesday I'm available, Wednesday and Thursday I'm not, and Friday I'm good to go. So, I can pick up whatever you need me to pick up. And Mayor Robinson, you said something about, I guess, a signature card at the bank.
Yep. You got to
So-
change signature
We have
cards.
to go to the bank together. So if you can tell me either, you said Monday or Tuesday, either one of those is good for me.
Okay,
Or
you know
I
what?
think someone has to be with you at the bank to show that we have the minutes that show you're the treasurer now, because they had to see the minutes.
They have to
Okay.
see the minutes. Yeah, they got to see the
What-
minutes.
Which one works best for you, Monday or Tuesday?
She want me.
And I was just informed that we're gonna have to pay my wife back because our credit card didn't work,
Yep.
but she just went ahead and took care of it with hers. And but we got QuickBooks.
Okay, because I was just asking her. She called me. My credit card wouldn't work.
Okay,
My TD Bank credit card wouldn't work. I've never used a card, period. So it didn't work. She was calling me
Okay.
and she could get it to work. So I don't know what the problem is, but mine doesn't work. I don't know why, because I never used it.
Did you ever activate it?
Yeah, I
No.
activated when I was there. We activated them when we were there. You
Okay,
know, and I've
okay.
never used it before, and so I gave it to her, and so we have to reimburse her for the payment since she couldn't. The
Okay,
credit.
if you can remind me of that on Monday, how's noon for you?
well, for me on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
no, that's perfect.
Okay, well, we can
Just-
meet at the
just tell-
bank and remind me that I need to give you a check, one last check for your wife.
Okay.
And then I can
Which
hand it
TD
to
Bank
you.
are we going to?
I can tell you the exact address.
New
Okay.
Carlton.
Oh, TD Bank in New Carrollton.
It's right next to the CVS.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the one that's right there on 450 and Riverdale Road.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, 12
And you
o'clock.
need those minutes. You need those minutes. You got to get those minutes to say who the president and all that stuff is.
Who's got the minute? I don't have them.
We can
Okay,
start.
who's secretary?
Oh, Monica, Mayor
probably
Casanas
do
is.
Sorry,
something.
I do. You need the minutes
All
for
right.
what? Sorry about that. I'm trying to log into our Gmail account for Maryland Black Mayors.
From
18.
December, from December or December or January.
What do the minutes have to say? That you're the treasurer? Or does it need to say anything specific? So
There's- yeah,
so
It
I
has
wouldn't
to-
have
it has to say that we voted and here are the officers. Tracy.
I don't know if I would have made those minutes. I'll look. But I don't know if I would have
Could be
made
that
or
or a
typed up those
letter.
minutes.
On town,
Probably that or a letter. Yeah.
a letterhead, on letterhead.
Okay. I could
to
type
say
something up.
On December 2023, election was held. Right, and these are the new officers for the Maryland Black Mayors. Inc.
Okay.
Mhm.
See if that works. She works well with us if that lady is still there. I don't know, I forgot her name, but
Do you know what number, what telephone number was associated with the Maryland Black Mayors email account? The Gmail account? It ends in 69.
Mine.
Yours?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a notice or yeah?
It didn't come up.
Okay, it's gonna send you a verification code now.
G 221 439.
Thank you.
So we have to get that credit card information together. Okay, we really do. I don't know whose credit cards work. Mine doesn't, so somebody's is working, I guess.
The trial is good by law.
Because Calvin doesn't have a credit card, right? Right, so mine didn't work, so I don't know. I've never used it, so I don't know. You can take it back if you want.
I haven't used mine.
You can take it back if you want and see what they can do about it. I mean, or you know, whatever, turn it in. But you never used yours neither. Casey, Mayor Casey.
You used mine for something and it wouldn't work because of the zip code.
It's something
I-
about that.
So,
Yeah,
so we need to figure out
we need to
on
go
this
to bank.
account what we opened it up with that zip code, which zip code we use when we open it up and the correct address.
We
so
used
we
the
can-
zip code for the PO box.
for
Yeah,
the PO box
Mhm.
So it was the PO box.
20791. Mayor Robinson, you sure that card is activated?
I didn't.
You
They
ain't
activated it.
you know what? I'm just gonna go
They
ahead and put you out there. You ain't
activated
activate
it
that
at the
card.
bank. I didn't have to do anything with it. They activated everything at the bank when we went in there to get all credit cards were activated right there at the bank. They made them and
Okay.
activated them there. I just haven't
Well,
never used.
we're gonna fix everything on Monday,
Okay.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Mayor Casanis, I guess I can I'll hook up with you before I head out to New Carrollton. Will you be in town on Monday in Comar? All right. I'll give you a shout and before I head up to 450 and get the letter from you. Okay.
I'm gonna
I
have
mean,
to sign the letter.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sign it. So on Saturday.
Oh,
when
that's right. I
see you-
forgot. You know what? I'm my bad.
Letter.
I
It's
forgot
no
about that.
biggie.
Yeah,
I can
you
sign
do.
it on the weekend. That's cool. We
Okay.
got it. We got it. We can.
Okay.
And you can still get it from Mayor Casanis.
Okay.
Come on now, got to turn the good daggone corner.
You better hold your roll. Who you talking to? You something wrong. You something wrong. You a bad driver. You hollering and screaming at people.
Most aggressive I've ever heard you.
No, golly.
Mm.
You got some road rage going on there. I hope you ain't in Edmiston and Chief Bill
No.
pull you over.
No.
Does anyone have Katrina Dodro's cell phone number?
Did y'all get my
No.
email about her mom?
Yes.
When is she had the funeral, right? Or did she?
Yes.
Okay. Man,
Let me see if I had Katrina deal.
oh, she might be. Did they go on a cruise? They might be on the cruise. I know she had they had planned on the cruise. 240. Oh, I can send it to you. You need to have it. Share.
I had a number. It's 443-762-0921. But maybe that's old. Or someone else's.
No. I'm sending it now. Oops. Did I send it? Did it go?
No.
Share. How about that? Did it go?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going
Thank you.
to try to share these. I'm going to send you these bylaws. I'm going to go to my email. and share these bylaws to you, Monica, so that you can share them to everybody. Blah, 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 blah.
Just an announcement, Department of Housing and Community Development has reached out to me, Chief of Staff of Jake Day. Y'all know Jake Day.
Yes, you do.
Oh, yes, she do. Rosa
Mm.
Cruz reached out to me. Department of Housing and Community Development wants to get the mayors and PGCMA, mayors and part of PGCMA. They want to know the new president. And I sent Selena that information and to have a reception. I think it's going to be September the 10th. I don't know the time right now, but the date, Jake Day wants to have has his reception, and she said that the location was small, but they haven't sent the address yet, but they will be getting in touch with y'all. So put on your calendar September the 10th, which will be an evening reception, Department of Housing and Community Development. Isn't that over on, what's the name of that place? Harkins Road. Is that the name off of 450? The new place? Is that where they at? Department of Housing and Community Development? Off of 450, behind 450, they got a new building back there. Is it Harkins Road? Is it on Harkins Road? I think that's it. That's the new building. But she did call, and Jake wants to invite the mayors. So I gave them all the information they need.
Okay. I'm gonna pull over so I can get the highlighted version. This is not coming out highlighted on my cell phone. So
Yes,
What
Mayor
time-
Robinson. Sorry.
What time was it?
She didn't give me the time yet. Okay, but it is September the 10th. It's gonna be in the evening, but she's trying to get all that together. So I gave her everybody's email, contact numbers for the 27 municipalities, not Maryland Black mayors, but the 27 municipalities. Okay, mayors.
They're on Harkins in Lanham?
Yeah,
Lanham?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new place. You been over there? They got a new building over there.
Going through this light. Sorry. All right.
Just while we're waiting, do any of you all have an abandoned building in your municipality? Or a surplus building that the county owns or the school board owns that you'd like to see being used?
Brentwood has one, don't they?
Well, I was gonna mention that, but
They're not part of it.
they're
but they do
actually
have
they're
one.
actually looking to do something with the Corby Wood Center that's over there in Brentwood. And the plans that they have for it is like rec / senior center / even a daycare and pre-K. So I think they're looking to do something with that. That's why I didn't mention it. However, you can does it matter where it is, Mary Case?
As long as it's in Prince George's County.
All right. So wow. Upper Marlboro's got a building.
What's the name of?
It's the old courthouse. I mean, it's the old not courthouse, it's the old what's the name of it? It's the old sheriff's office.
Sure is.
Oh, who?
It's the old sheriff's office.
Mhm.
You might want to reach out to what is her name? The mayor of Upper Marlboro.
Franklin.
Franklin? Yeah, okay.
Franklin. Yeah, Sarah Franklin. There's an old school historic house up there, and the sheriff's department is right next to it. The old sheriff's department is right next to it. It is a huge building. But they had talked about that for years, that I know about that one, and I'm trying to think of the other one that I know of. God, what's the name of that building? I'll get back to you. But then again, what are you looking to do with it?
So I met these, I won't call them developers, they're investors. They
Mhm.
have something called Ghost Kitchens, which I had never heard of before. So I went to
Ghost
Baltimore to see
Kitchens?
the facility, yeah.
Oh.
And so they have taken over a university where they host something like 20 or 30 ghost kitchens, but it feeds out to over 130 restaurants.
Right.
So these are people that don't have the money to start a restaurant yet, so they're doing it in like these little incubator spaces, and
Yep.
they've fitted out the whole building.
Right.
And next door was another $8 million building that they bought. So the bigger your business gets, they have another space for you to move to so you can start to become a
Right.
restaurant. So I was
Right.
like, would you bring this to Prince George's County? Because I thought it was a brilliant idea. In there, he's got a library in there. He has a recording studio in there. It's like a little multi-purpose
Right.
building. And every business that's in there is in the black. Every last one
Right.
of them, they provide them with help to get their business off the ground. So I said, listen, if I can bring this to you, would you bring
Right.
it? Would you come to Prince George's County?
Right.
Because he has 11 other sites where he's doing this, and none of them are in Maryland.
Right.
So I'm
No,
like,
I get it. I get it because with the health department, like even for people that have the food trucks and stuff, you can't prepare food at your house. It has to be at a
in a
clean
kitchen.
facility, a ghost kitchen. And that's what's preventing a lot of people because there is a ghost kitchen in Bowie, but the fees are through the roof. And that's why a lot of people can't really afford it. And the food truck business, the catering business, for you to be able to do stuff like that, you can help out a lot of people start up their business. But so yeah, I definitely think that that's a damn good idea. So
While I was there, like 50 people they're coming through the parking lot to pick up the food. And then
yeah,
it also feeds DoorDash, and then they can
right.
start a food truck, or they can start with a smaller
Yeah.
restaurant. So I was like,
That's
this is
pretty
a
cool.
huge economic boost.
Yeah.
And helps entrepreneurs who want to go into business for themselves, even if it's just an evening business. One of their businesses, all she does is use oxtails. That's it. And so she works from
See,
4.
oxtails.
That's it. She does oxtail tacos, oxtail pupusas, like everything oxtail.
Right.
Jamaican oxtail, that's her thing.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Mayor Monica, what's your email address?
It's M Casanas
Oh.
at colmarmanor.org.
Okay. Why the park police acting like a butt? He gonna drive really, really slow. Okay. Yes.
Mayor Casey, if they're looking for smaller locations, Colmar Manor would be happy to lend out or rent out our kitchen. So that's an area that we haven't necessarily marketed yet, but that I'm looking to. And a lot of municipalities that have kitchens can do this as long as they are, certified to be a kitchen for commercial use and the whole shebang. They have all the permits and everything. Then we can rent out our kitchens during the week.
That is actually a brilliant idea, Mayor Casanas. And that's a way for the municipality directly to get money from somebody who wants to use it. Now that I hadn't thought of, but we can add that in as a variable, because we have expanded our we had specific spaces that you could rent in the town of Cheverly, and we've expanded it and the fees. So now you can rent spaces outside, inside, and we hadn't thought about the kitchen. So maybe what we can do is kind of put together each municipality that's willing to do that. If it's all 27, then great. But we can literally create sort of a rubric of, you can use this kitchen for this price at this time, until they figured out what they want to do. I found, I've reached out to Mayor Monroe, because there was the abandoned school on the corner of Rollins and I can't think of it, but I couldn't think of the name of the school, and she told me what it was. But they have already subdivided the land for that school to be 100 townhomes. And so behind it was 2 acres of land, literally two houses up. And they didn't want raw land. They want a building that they can move into and try to retrofit. So the place in Upper Marlboro might be a good fit. And then I'm gonna ask him, even if he's just the manager, or he can find a manager of all of the kitchens in the municipalities that want to do it, that might work. Because he's already got
Yeah.
people signed up with him to use kitchens. He just doesn't have any more space.
Mm.
And on top of that, even with our lot, the one that we own, like, I'm trying to get more food trucks to come there. So if they're looking for spots for food trucks, I think that that's a good thing. And I think at least in our area, Mayor Robinson, you can let me know if I'm wrong, but we have the mixed food hall, and that's their whole thing. Their whole thing is to help. It's a small business incubator so that people can grow their business and then move out and get their own storefronts. So we kind of already have some type of like what is it, gastronomical small business incubator here in the Gateway Arts District.
And just to throw this out here, since we are the Maryland Black Mayors meeting, board meeting, every last one of the business owners are minorities. Every last one of them. So, I mean, it's a huge economic boom for people of color. One of the ladies came straight from Okinawa, Japan. And so you're getting authentic Japanese food, in the heart of Baltimore. So.
Wow.
What part does the health department play in this?
So they have had the entire building inspected and approved. They had to do that. The retrofitting is actually more expensive than building the new building. And they had to retrofit all of the kitchens. So there's literally, they had to also show that they didn't do cross contamination. So they have one floor that just does nuts, just allows for nuts.
Right.
And that was a big deal for me because my son's allergic to tree nuts. They have refrigerators that are actually in the parking lot. So they have freezers that are in the parking lot to take up the space and keep the food separate. And that's one of the ways they help the businesses is they take on ordering the food so they're able to negotiate the prices. So if you go to a regular grocery store, oxtails are $20. They were able to get her these oxtails down to $6 because they
Right, because
ordered.
they buy them in bulk.
Right.
Right.
So they've gotten all of their approvals. The sad thing was I actually tagged Mayor Scott in my post because he was like, "You're the first mayor to come see me. My own mayor won't come to my building." So yeah, I was like, one, we have to make sure we can garner some support right here, but also like if you're using historic buildings, maybe the Historic Preservation Commission can help, because they have, grants for the facade. So my thing is, if we take care of all the hard stuff, which is the space that you need and whether or not you can fix up the building, which the county should want to support, and you're bringing in 100 businesses just in one building, I think that's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Agree with that.
I will also just offer this. It looks like Mayor Gann is frozen. I will offer this because I did not know how much restaurants make until I had 2 restaurant owners as my clients for real estate clients. And I got to see their tax returns because we were trying to purchase properties. But both of these are in Gaithersburg, so it's a completely different county. But on average, both of those restaurants are bringing in $1 million a year. So think about the tax revenue for those businesses. That's what the county can benefit from. And those are small family businesses.
What type of
Yeah.
restaurants are they?
One of them's Nigerian food, the other one is regular Americana food.
Wow.
You in Gaithersburg.
And
Yeah,
it is in
yeah, that's the other thing. It
Gaithersburg,
is in
but also
Gaithersburg.
keep in mind they are not open every day. The Nigerian food is open every day, but the Americana food, which has a cult following, I will tell you that. They're only open from Wednesday through Sunday. They're not even open Monday and Tuesday. And they're
And it's
still
$1 million a year business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody want to open up a restaurant with me?
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm just saying.
Coffee
Do some
shop,
gumbo and
empanadas, gumbo and
we don't
empanadas.
cook. People do not cook anymore. So
yeah.
Good gracious. $1 million.
Well, what else was did we have an agenda for the board tonight? For the board meeting?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
What
I'll
else
go
was
ahead
on
and
it?
post it in the chat.
You did? All right. Now I'm just I'm gonna get off and then switch back on the mobile because I gotta be someplace at 7:15. But I didn't want to. Well, I'm gonna probably have to log off and then log back on my phone. So,
Okay.
roll call
I'm
updates.
getting ready to send Joe. Thank you for
Finance.
your patience. I have just gotten in where I can. Oh, my.
Let me do this now. Then battery.
Okay. Okay, Mayor Monica, I'm getting ready to send you. Oh, everybody. For some reason, it wouldn't come, your address wouldn't come up on my phone.
COVID is on the rise.
Yes, it is.
Recording in progress.
Sorry. Hang on.
Yeah, COVID is on the rise.
Well, so my husband and my daughter both got COVID while we were in Ocean City at MML. I thought that they just had a cold. And then when I was feeling not so great that Friday of that week when we got back, I decided, let me just test myself. And I had COVID. So we got to be
Mute.
careful.
You're mute. Oh, who's she talking to?
Her son.
I'm yeah,
Oh,
somebody
you talking to her
has
son.
ice
Oh,
cream.
okay. Who's she talking to?
Oh, y'all didn't
Um,
hear her? I heard her.
I didn't hear her.
Oh, we didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Ice cream thief on my hands. Eat chicken first. Eat the chicken first. My Justice's dad has COVID.
Oh.
Councilmember Briner has never had COVID, and her whole family got COVID. Yeah, COVID is back around.
It's on a rise.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be normal. Like, this is just part of the normalization of it. It's still dangerous though. That's the thing. Like,
It is. And then the booster may be coming back out in the fall. I mean, the booster is gonna coming back out. So we have to be aware. My neighbor has COVID. Jackie had COVID after November Day. She caught COVID, you know. So it is on the rise. But we stopped practicing stuff. You know what we did? We stopped being nice disinfectedly. Stop doing stuff. We did.
How many people that don't wash their hands?
That wash their hands. We stopped doing it in restaurants. I'm telling them to have, sanitize. These things we still need to practice, but we dropped the ball again.
They went back to their nasty practices.
Yeah, yeah.
Started walking straight out the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You see it, Mayor? Mayor Casanias?
She said yes. She's shaking her head.
Oh, okay. I don't see you. Oh, I see. She got that serious look on.
Mayor Casey, you running for the council seat at large?
Not at large. I'm running for District 5, which is
Oh, you
Jody
are running for
Ivo's
District 5. Okay.
Would love your support. Would love to have an endorsement from Maryland Black mayors. Thank you very much.
So what we're gonna do is, we're going to go through this, but we don't have to finish today. We're gonna start and we're gonna try to process through. It's only a few of us, but that's okay, because we have to start. And this is what Karen Cooper and I and Mayor Miller went through. And these are her suggestions. And these are her suggestions, and we kind of agree with them, but we want to discuss them with you. These are not what we set. These are our bylaws that have already been set. These are just some adjustments. So don't fuss at me. And Mayor Casey, the PGCMA and Maryland Black Mayors, as much as we might want to, we don't endorse as a group. We endorse as individuals. Because don't be having people jump on our backs. Mm-mm.
We're not partisan.
I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you.
Not at all. Not everybody's in District 5, so you may
Right,
not
I
feel-
can't, right, I can't, I'm not District
But you
5.
could still endorse me if you felt like I was a good leader. So
Mm.
well, just up to you and what you're comfortable with. There are other people running. I just heard yesterday that people are being threatened. So, do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
It
So-
gets right.
Yeah, so whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Sure.
How are
If-
they being threatened?
Well, someone is running and they hold another position. Someone's husband is running and they hold another position, and that person said that they will remember anybody that does not support them when they have to bring money back for their location. So do what makes sense for you. I'm still going to do my job if I don't win. So, but it's definitely gotten very interesting and colorful.
Don't make sense. Don't make sense. I'm gonna put y'all on my tablet. Where my tablet go? I will say that I am glad that we did. Oh shoot. Did I? Yeah. I will say I'm glad we went through it with an outside person, a consultant, because she made things clearer and she brought some things up that we wouldn't have thought about. So I'm glad the board agreed to use someone. Is that the one you recommended, Mayor?
Yes,
Robin? Yeah,
yes.
I'm glad we did that.
She's good.
Mayor, how would you like to go through this? Would you like to go through this? Well, actually, first we should go through the agenda and do roll call.
Yeah, yep, we can go back. Just how we were gonna do the agenda. Yep. I'm trying-
Okay,
I'm trying to.
so
Go ahead, you can go ahead. The agenda.
okay, so we're gonna do roll call by titles, board titles. So
Yeah.
president,
Here. Oh, Tracy can't here.
vice president,
I'm getting ready to call her to make sure she didn't get off of that meeting and forget.
okay.
Oh, and go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll say
Treasurer, I guess next is me. I'm here. No, sorry, not treasurer, secretary. I don't want to be treasurer. Secretary's present. Treasurer,
Treasurer.
He looks frozen.
Oh, so you can be treasurer then.
I'm the immediate past treasurer.
I think I heard him say I'm here
Okay.
and very happy to be the treasurer.
I don't think he said all that.
And then at-large board members.
Present?
Prior president.
Mayor Robinson is here.
Great. So I think that's it.
Okay.
We've gone through the updates. You did your hello, you're welcome. Do you want to go through finance? and secretary updates, and then
We-
delve into the bylaws?
We already did the finance.
Okay,
But just,
you-
just note that we have to, please note that we have to have that invoice and we have to pay Ms. Washington for the use of her credit card because my credit card did not work. Okay. So
Okay, hey,
take
can you,
note-
I'm
just
sorry,
record it.
my apologies, Mayor Robinson. So she advised me that she was able to, it's only $18. She does not want a reimbursement. She says that that'll give us time to square away the credit card and we can go back and get the, so right now we're on a 30-day trial with the $18.
Okay.
So when we square away our credit card, we can just do the regular purchase for the license.
Okay.
So we're good.
Thank
She doesn't need a reimbursement.
Thank you, Shelley.
thank you.
Thank you, Calvin. It all goes in the work.
And
Thank you.
already, I'm back in the woods, and when I'm coming out of the house, the first mile is like bad signal.
Right. And just
Okay.
let us know that we have to, being recorded, that we have to do a budget each year.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Alright.
Okay, great. So I think that that's all the finance updates. Secretary update is just that we're sending out an invitation for the at-large candidate forum on the 31st at 6:30 p.m. So far, the people that have confirmed have been Mayor Adams, Council Chair Ivy, Tamara Brown. Oh no, Tamara Brown, Judy Mickens Murray, Angela. I think her name is Angela Angel. I think that's her name. Isaac Toyos. Let's see who else said, and then Mr. Gabriel Jinimbat. As well as there was one other person. I don't have her. Yeah, I think that might be it for now. So we have at least, I think that's what, 5 or 6 people that are a go for the candidate forum. What Mayor Gant was asking was whether we need to maybe create some questions. I don't know if there are questions that the board members might have to pose to the candidates. Opening it up to anyone that would like to ask a question. So if there are any questions that you think would be appropriate to ask, you can forward those over to me. And I think that's it for now. Are there any questions, suggestions?
Do they
We're
have
only
time?
doing it large at the moment. We're not doing District 5 because we don't know yet the date for the District 5 election. If there is,
Do we have a flyer for this that we sent out?
no. So this is all happening very quickly. So I'm gonna create a flyer tonight, send it out tonight.
What was I gonna say? Are they on a time? Are these questions are gonna be addressed to everybody, so they're on time limits, right? Okay. I mean, somebody has to stop people from talking.
Yes. Yes.
So
And
who is the
how would we
moderator?
do that? How will we address it to everybody? I mean, we don't want to say like do it in Ivy first always, because Ivy's encumbered, and then Adams, you know, the other the higher up than the other to go down. I don't know how we want to do it. So we need to think about that.
So
Is this gonna be live stream?
No.
No.
It's gonna be on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So once we get questions, once we get some questions, and hopefully we'll get them soon. If not, we'll be able to fill in with some questions. Hopefully we'll get a quick response from our members. If not, we'll fill in some questions and we'll be able to, we're going to ask different questions to the different candidates, and especially to those we don't know. We need to get to those that we don't know. We know the Ivies. We're not going to leave Ivy out. We're not going to leave Tim Adams out, but we need to get to know the others as well. We'll be fair, and it'll be different people asking questions, that's for sure. And we'll select someone to be the timekeeper, and we'll utilize our board members for the different, we'll use our board members for questions, we'll use our board members for timekeepers. So just be prepared to be called upon prior to, you'll get your assignment Wednesday.
Now, we need to, I think everybody needs to, first, we start off that with introduction, because I want to know who these people are, because I don't even know who these, and where they work at. I mean, what did they do?
Nobody will. That's the purpose of the forum.
No, but
So
I'm saying we need to start out with introductions first, for them to give everybody time to introduce themselves and to tell them, tell us who they are and where they work. I mean, I'd like to know how we got into all this and what they think, why are they running? Why are they running?
Yep, that's good. Yep.
So I already have questions created for something that the Black Caucus was doing for MML. We were specifically identifying things that pertain to the Black agenda. So I can tailor those for something that's closer to home, like the at-large race, and send those over. There's several of them, so you can just pick from them if you want to do that.
Yeah.
And then start off with, give people 30 seconds to talk about who they are, and then go straight into the questions. It might be useful to do, because to me, it's the easiest way is to do last name alphabetical and then backwards. So that way nobody can really say that you're favoring one person.
Yeah.
Usually if somebody's in the middle, then they get frustrated. So what we can do is we can actually, we can use AI, right? So we can have them just give us the names mixed up so that it's in a fair amount. And then that way you just know who you're going to call on next.
Thank you. Very good.
Yeah, Casey, you're just full of good ideas tonight, ain't you?
I try to be useful every now and then. I can't do it every day. Every now and then.
I heard that.
And can are we finished with that discussion about that? I just have one more thing. Has dues invoices been sent out? This is back to finances, I guess. I have sent them out one time before. Now, I mean, have they been? I sent my dues. North Brentwood sent their dues. I don't know who else sent their dues, but it's new. It's a new year, so have the invoices came out for the Maryland Black mayors?
I've sent no invoices, but what I can do is update our paid list, because we had 3 more municipalities pay. Laurel paid. Rockville finally paid. They have a special system that they had to use to pay. So we can update who's paid. When is the end of our fiscal year? Isn't it January to December?
June 3rd. No, don't we have a July? No, we sent out July to
Okay. So then we actually have a new cycle then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're on a new cycle. So everybody's dues are due. Again, Rockville might have had a problem, but that was from last year. And so they got another problem this year. So I mean, they maybe have solved it since we're in Maryland Black mayors. So those invoices need to go out.
That's you. That's you and Calvin now.
Recording in progress.
I'll get right on that right after Monday.
Is there like a letter, or
It's a form.
how is it's a form?
Yeah.
I can send it out again. I don't have no problem. I can send all of them out again. This is a reminder, friendly reminder. Here's your form. I've sent it out before to everybody that they need to get their dues in.
I think as we go through our bylaws, we will find more, I think, definition and clarity on who's supposed to be doing that or who could do that. Why are you looking like that, Mayor Robinson?
I'm just waiting for you to finish your sentence.
So,
I can
That's-
send it out tomorrow. I don't have no problem on sending them out. It's easy. Just attach it and just send it out. I mean, it's not that difficult.
and while the board is here, we might want to discuss if, we might want to hold up on that. We might want to discuss dues. Okay. I don't want us to send that out yet.
You don't
So-
discuss. You can't discuss dues now because I already did my budget. Your dues are $100. You cannot increase.
Okay, but you just slow your roll.
No, but I'm saying don't increase them. I mean, you can't increase dues.
Slow.
We can increase them for the next year, Mayor.
You can
Yeah, we
Slow
can increase them
we
for
can
the
increase
next
for-
year.
We can increase them
You
for the
can't
next
increase
year.
it for fiscal year 25.
No,
Slow
we're not.
your roll.
But I'm saying you still want me to send out the invoice, right?
Just wait a second.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's
and
just
I'm
talk.
just. Can I
That's
just
not
ask a question while you trying to send out what you're sending out? What else do we have?
already-
Because I'm getting ready to walk into
Do what you gotta do.
and I just wanted to know, was there anything else on the agenda that was pressing? Because I can't remember. I ain't got a full computer
Yes, the
screen.
bylaws are pressing.
Oh, the bylaw. Oh my God. Okay. So,
Ooh,
all right,
all right,
I got some time.
okay. All right, y'all, let's do this. Let's start. And then when you gotta drop off, you can drop off. Because like I said, we're gonna come back to this again.
Yes, ma'am.
before this is a discussion, okay? So the first question that I had, or that we had, where is this address coming from? Pull up what Mayor Cassania's just sent, Wash. Did you see an email from Mayor Cassania's?
Hang on. I gotta.
That's bylaws.
Okay, I'm.
Was
The
there
ad-
somebody that used to be on Mercantile Lane?
I don't know who it is. Do you know, Mayor Robinson?
I think it was done under Glen Arden or something like that. I think it was.
I
Glen
think
Arden.
so, from Mayor,
Mayor.
or Eagle Harbor.
Gail.
One of the mayors from long time.
about to say.
Gail Carter.
Who? But that's not an address that's ours, right?
No.
Anymore.
The mayor, Gail Carter.
Oh, wow. So that's something that we need to remove.
And can I ask a question about this address?
Mhm.
Does it need an address, or can you use a post office box? Do we need an address in this principal office?
So that's part of our bylaw. So that's a question that I'm gonna ask Karen Cooper. Do we have to have it on there?
Okay.
That's what I'm typing my note now.
Because we want to keep the post office, we want to really use the post office box, because it won't change.
But a post office box can always change.
Well,
Yeah.
You might not be able to have a PO box, but I'm not a lawyer.
yeah,
But
that's
for
what I'm
like,
saying. Can you
You
have
don't
it?
want your bylaws. This is a bylaw, so you don't want to have a post office box on your bylaws.
Yeah.
So we just want to know, do we have to have a principal office? So, the next item is our, Article 3, which is, our members. So in here, it says the active members. Is that me feedback? Active members, any individual who is duly elected or appointed as an active member, former mayor of a municipality situated within the state of Maryland who desires membership or who desire membership. So that's current. So anyone who is a mayor or who was a mayor can be a member. Section 3.3 says associate members is any person, firm, corporation, organization, or entity not otherwise eligible for membership pursuant in section 3.2 may apply to become an associate member of the corporation under such procedures, services, fees, as prescribed from time to time by the board of directors. The associate members will not have the voting privileges of active members. The consideration of each such application and the decision of whether to accept any application for associate membership shall be made in the discretion of the board of directors. The purpose of this is, the last time we had difficulty, we don't have a lot of active members. We didn't have a lot of active board members. So we were struggling a little bit. So the purpose of being able to have associate members is to grow the membership or grow the board. So that's the purpose of this associate membership. Is this something that you think that we should do? This also brings, so let's say we had someone from a bank or someone from a nonprofit.
Right.
This also brings us some association. This brings us could bring us some funding. It could bring us some more recognition. It could bring us some privileges such as just getting exposure. It could assist us in some way or another. Is this something that we would consider?
I think so.
Any other
So
feedback?
this is gonna open it up to anyone being a member. So it would,
Agree.
I mean,
If
it's not
we-
Maryland Black Mayors anymore.
No, any person, firm, corporation, organization, or entity not otherwise eligible not otherwise eligible, meaning not otherwise eligible, such as a mayor or former mayor, or corporation under such procedures, from time to time, board of directors. We have to vote on the person. The board of directors, we have to say yay or nay.
Right.
So we get to say, we can even say if this person is whatever, if we don't vote on that person or agree on that person as a board, that person is not in. Not the membership, it's the board.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it has to be for a reason. It has to be for, do we need to grow our membership? Do we feel like this guy, oh man, this person is going to be really good for our organization. This person has a lot of connections. Oh yeah. Whether he is Asian, he's part of the board. He's not a voting member. He's just part of the board. He's an associate member. I'm sorry, not part of the board. He's an associate member. He's not a voting member. He comes to our meetings. He listens in. He can give information. He can advise. Any other comments from anyone?
Well, what happened, associate member from years back was Pepco.
Yeah, Pepco, Washington Gas.
Right, where Pepco, and who were more active than anything was Pepco. I think Washington Gas had that. Also, the Young Democrats or something, they had some associate members too. You have to, like you said, you have to vote if they, want to. These associate members, they are paying people, right?
Yes, this is will not have one for this yes, and we have to decide on, that's why I was saying to hold up, wait a minute, because the membership fee is next, yeah. Yes, and we just have to set the fee for the associate members.
And you said the membership fee is next.
We just would have to set what that associate members fee would be.
It wouldn't be the same as the
We
other
could make it the same, we could make it higher, I wouldn't make it lower. Karen said that she would suggest that it not be lower. I would also not suggest that we'd make it lower. Let's say it was someone that was a former mayor, but now they're part of an organization and they want to be an associate member. If it's lower, they could be a bad seed. We want their organization, but they were a former mayor. We want them. Hi, I'm Mayor Casey.
What is the current fee?
100.
But it's not stated in here though, right? That fee
Because it changed from time to
It
time.
changes.
It could.
Does it make sense to separate out former members and then like corporations? Because I would charge more for somebody like Pepco, like $200. Whereas
you
a
could
former
set that.
mayor, yeah. But for a former mayor, I wouldn't charge them $200. So is there a way to separate those different types of memberships?
So that was a topic of discussion as well. It's only 2 categories. I did want, okay, so here I am with this. I think that, so Maryland Black Mayors has always been that you could be a member of Maryland Black Mayors, period. You're a member if you're a current mayor or a former mayor. But there has become a disrespect with some former mayors lately. Things have changed. Things have changed where some former mayors are not as respectful as they should be, and we have witnessed that. And I feel that it should not be. I feel that former mayors should have a fee to pay that is higher than current active mayors. I feel that the fee should be higher because if you are paying a higher fee as a former mayor, usually the behavior is better. If I'm a former mayor and I have to pay a fee, and my fee may be, let's take PGCMA, not PGCMA. No, let's take, for here, former mayors only pay $20 as opposed to the $100 that we have to pay.
So my thought around why that was structured that way is because there's an assumption, right? The assumption is if you're a former mayor that you might be retired or on a fixed income, and have less to be able to contribute, or that your municipality is no longer paying the fee if they were paying the fee. I feel like that is an accurate assumption. I don't know. I don't know how much folks make. What I don't want to do is create policies for one rogue person. Because I feel like we all know who the rogue people are. And I don't know if it would hamper other people who show like lots of wonderful value. Mayor Monroe, she has had a wealth of knowledge that I think was beneficial for us to have access to.
Mayor Martin?
Mayor
talking about-
Martin, not Mayor
I'm
Martin,
talking about
it's
Mayor
not Mayor
Martin,
Martin, but it's a former, it was
previous mayor, yeah,
a former mayor, yes.
Mhm.
And so, and she had insights on some of the stuff on the budget that we didn't know about because she was here.
Mhm.
I don't know how much money she makes or whether or not she can afford to pay something like more than $100. And so I wouldn't want that to be a reason why she doesn't participate. I feel like what we can do is include in our bylaws, conduct issues and address the conduct.
That comes
If-
along with,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
wrong group. That's with PGCMA. With PGCMA, that's what we're doing. We are, there is a higher fee with PGCMA for associate members of, well, that's that's what we're proposing, that there is a higher fee for associate members. And there is a code of conduct for associate members. And if they don't follow that code of conduct, then they will be voted off by the board of directors. I would suggest that we do the same thing, but I still suggest that the fee is either the same or that it is increased higher than the $25. Because I do believe, I'm sorry,
$20
it's $25 currently
for what?
And for former mayors.
It's $20, isn't it?
$25 is low. Yeah. I think-
They pay $20. That's what they pay. Former mayors pay $20.
Whether it's $20 or $25 is what I'm saying. It's low.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to put no more fees on people. Okay, I got enough problem with fees. I mean, if they've done their due and they've done being a mayor and they've done it, I think we want more. We don't want to run people away and like
I
Mayor.
don't want anybody away, but we want better behavior. And I think it's been consistent with, I don't think it's been one mayor. I think it's been a couple of mayors. And I think $20, $25, I think that's very low. And
I agree with Mayor Gant, like upping the price. I don't want to disenfranchise people, but I also don't want to, I don't think that mayors retire. I mean, Mayor Washington, he's not a mayor anymore. He's not retired. I think it's going to be a mix of people, but I do think, so for example, English classes, right? So I am a proponent of always charging people to attend an English class. I don't want to give it for free because this means they have skin in the game. They're going to attend because they've invested something in it. So I think if you raise the price, right now $20 is chump change. It's nothing. But if you increase the amount that people are paying, then they're more invested. Then they show up to meetings. Right now, former mayors aren't showing up to meetings. If they were really, sorry, go ahead, Mayor.
Because you ain't doing nothing. But okay.
well,
I feel like if people are invested and they really, whether the group is doing something or not, whether they are or aren't, they're still invested. And they would participate more, I feel like, if they put more money into it.
I do want to, yeah, I'm very good at being able to argue two sides of a issue. I do want to make sure that we acknowledge our value because as far as I am concerned, one of the first groups that Governor Westmore came to see was us. And I don't think that he would have won without Prince George's County. And there's a huge Prince George's County presence in Maryland Black mayors. I think that we got his stamp of approval and acknowledgement last year through Maryland Municipal League and what we did. And so I wanted to be clear, like we add value and it is significant. So I could see the support of an increase in the price for that reason. But I'm not talking about Mayor Washington. There's some of the mayors that have been on who appear to be, I don't know if they are or not, but they appear to be at the end of their careers or retired. And they may or may not, they might have more money than I do. I don't know. These are assumptions. And matter of fact, they probably do. But I don't want anybody to be hampered. So I don't know, maybe we increase the fee and say there's a scholarship or whatever. I don't know. The other thing is, if somebody has bad behavior, they will pay the fee and still have bad behavior.
They still will.
Yeah, so I really still think conduct is something that we need to address.
I think conduct needs to be in another article, whatever. We can do conduct. I think that's separate from what we're talking about as far as dues increasing or whatever like that. So we know conduct is something that we really need to focus on because of what we've been through. Okay. And it has to be brought out like that. But as far as the associate members and the active members and the dues, we can move on with that. I mean, I don't, we can make we can get through that. You know what I mean?
So your recommendation is not to increase the fee, but provide some type of code of conduct.
Code of conduct, and I'm saying if you increased it $25, it's not too bad. If you increase the active members to $200, I'm saying, but everybody wants to know what Maryland Black Mayors is doing for the county, for Prince George's County. That's what they really want to know when you're talking about increasing dues. Well, what do you do? Since you're increasing dues, what do you do that you need to increase some dues?
So we're increasing the dues for ourselves. We're not increasing the dues for the county, Mayor.
No, but I'm saying they want to know, what do Maryland Black Mayors do that I have to pay $200 for?
So we're doing it for ourselves. So if it's the mayors that are asking the questions, what are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. We're not doing, that's what one of the questions will be. You increasing the dues because you want to do so-and-so. That's
yes, because we want to.
I think that feeds into us actually saying that we now have to have a budget, right? So that means we have to plan ahead of time what we plan to do for the year. And that substantiates why we need an increase. Because the reality is, when we had our event for the Maryland Municipal League, that was approximately $4,000 to $5,000. Our holiday event, we can't call it Christmas, our holiday get together or whatever, that was approximately $3,000 to $4,000. We have $14,000, $15,000 in the bank. So for each event, unless we're recouping that money, we will be out of money shortly if we want to keep doing the event.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, can we move forward to the next? I mean,
Amen to that.
Got anything? I like the associate members. Okay, the associate members are something that we need. And we can gain a lot of nonprofits and organizations that we need to be associate members. Now, I think organizations need to pay more than people. If an organization, if Pepco is going to be part of an associate member, they need to pay $250 or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying. I just think that that's only fair, organization wise. Okay, definitely.
I would create an additional, like, maybe it's not 3 classes, but it's a class under the active class, or the active members, that's titled like legacy members or Mayor for Life members, something like that.
Okay. I think I understand that too. I think we can discuss further with that. Okay. I think, I don't think we'll get it all out now, but I think, we can discuss. I think they're great suggestions and we can discuss further with that.
Okay. Membership fees. Each class of membership shall be subject to the payment of annual dues, which shall be due and payable annually at such time and pursuant to such procedures as determined by the Board of Directors. No member shall be entitled to voting privileges whose dues for the year have not been received by the corporation no later than 10 calendar days immediately preceding the annual meeting or proceeding the annual, any other such meeting requiring the vote of the full membership of the corporation. So the annual meeting, so
The annual meeting is held in December, right?
December. So we also have in there about the annual meeting, whether we want to make the annual meeting December or January, because December is very busy and January is not so busy, but we'll get to that part. But if you're sending out the dues now, that's almost ridiculous, because it says no member shall be entitled to voting privileges whose dues for the year have not been received no later than 10 calendar days immediately preceding the annual meeting. So,
Meeting means before, doesn't it?
right.
Yeah, before the annual meeting, okay.
So that would mean that you can vote, like you have that much time between now and December to pay your dues?
No, I don't think that's what it's saying. Go back again. Scroll up.
That's what it's,
Let me scroll. Okay. Each class member, no member should be in.
so you gotta pay 10 days prior to our meeting. So
Right.
that would mean that you can't vote for the board members, but it's saying you have at least 10 days prior to our annual meeting to pay your dues, for one thing. And then you shouldn't be voting. Period.
I think it should read, no member shall be entitled to voting privileges whose dues for the year have not been received by the corporation. Period.
Period.
Period. Because the annual meetings doesn't mean nothing to us. I mean, as far as dues are concerned. I mean,
Right.
Oh, so I think this may have muddied the waters a little bit. There might be confusion. What if you have someone that decides to join in December, or someone that decides to join in November? So this is kind of setting a deadline, saying that you need to have, kind of like with voting, you need to have lived in town for at least a month before you're eligible to vote. So this is saying that you have to have been a member at least 10 days prior to the election in order to vote.
That could mean that. That could mean that. But if I'm here now and you are invoicing me now, it should not take me from now to December to pay my dues.
No, so
So-
maybe this needs to be changed to talk about, members shouldn't be attending meetings if they're not members. So it should be something like members shall be in good standing and have paid their dues in order to be able to vote. For new members or new parties interested in becoming Maryland Black Mayors members, maybe you increase it from 10 days to like 30 days.
I don't like to me, I don't like the days, I don't think we need to put days in there, because somebody has to be really on this to make sure it works, okay? Once if the treasurer's there, somebody's got to make sure you come in and you got to have your dues. Somebody got to do this, and somebody's got to oversee this whole process. I think you should exclude days, and when it comes, make it generalized. And when it comes to dues, when somebody joins in December, you pay the money that you're supposed to pay for December. That means for the whole year. I'm sorry, you just
That's a lot of, that's the tracking. And that's one of the things Karen was saying. Does the board want the corporation to identify members entitled to voting privileges whose dues for the year have not been received by the corporation?
You have to be a paid voting member, man. You have to be paid.
So that just means like tracking every month.
Right. And we don't have
Well-
backup to track.
Like you just say, nope, you can't vote, you can't vote. So during this meeting, I just want you to know you can't vote, you can't vote. And you know what? That might not be a bad idea. You know, I just want you to know you can't vote, you can't vote, you can't vote. That way people will definitely pay their dues.
But I think you should stress that as one of the changes that
Mhm,
is made here in the
mhm.
bylaws, that no membership can vote, no,
And-
unless they have paid their dues,
Yeah.
period.
And it's really not a change. That's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
It's the way it was. We just haven't been up on it. And so that's one of the treasurer's duties.
Well, so I'll just give you as an example, Mayor Benitez.
Mhm.
I brought her to come with me to the annual meeting. And so I told her, join, become a Maryland Black mayor, or join the Maryland Black Mayors and then vote for me. So, so that's just FYI. I mean, that's what it
joined.
is though. That's kind of the conundrum.
She joined and she paid
Mm-hmm. And she voted.
and she voted. I think that's just, I don't think we need these calendar days and all this stuff. And I just think we have to stress that to everybody. You have to be a paid member in order to vote.
But she's a paid member.
And she voted.
Okay, so you don't want to put, so you don't want, because, well, so I don't know.
I don't want to put days. I don't want, I think, like we're saying, we're tracking and somebody has to track.
I mean,
And
she paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care what she paid. And if she came in December, she paid $100. And you stayed long enough, and then the year come around again, and you'll pay the $100 the time that it's supposed to be paid in July. So
Make sure to send her her bill. Make it
Yep.
$200.
yeah, whatever it may be. Yeah. So I just think the days need to be come out of there. I think we don't need to do all that. I just don't.
Well, the days are no later than 10 calendar days is because of the voting for the board. Like if you don't pay, if your money hasn't been received no later than 10 calendar days, and then move it immediately preceding the annual meeting, that's the end of the year.
Yeah. But I'm
Then-
saying the ideal paying of dues is
Then you
July.
can't run for the board and you can't vote for the board.
Yeah.
And most people want that, right?
But I
Like-
think
Last year.
everybody has to get in the habit of paying like we pay PGCMA. You pay
Mhm.
July the 1st, you get your bill, and you may not send it in until August, but you know you're gonna send it in before that fall conference.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
You know that because you can't vote. 'Cause you can't
Mhm.
vote at this meeting. Maryland mayors, I'm talking about. I think that's Maryland mayor.
Maryland mayors, yeah. I think a little email before our meetings, the treasurer saying, typing that email saying, remember now, you can't vote tonight. You didn't pay your town administrator still didn't send us that check.
Actually ask if we can schedule today an email to go out. Because you can pre-schedule it for as far in the future as you want, an email today,
Mhm.
like November 1st, saying if you have not paid your dues by now for Maryland Black mayors, you will not be able to vote next month.
Mhm.
And like do like that where you don't have to even remember it, it'll just automatically go
Go
out. Because then if people will, like last year, people just accused folks of trying to sabotage things when we were trying to create order. So
Mhm.
sending out the reminder shows everyone we're not trying to have favoritism or anything like that. These are the rules. And we need to get used to them because culturally, I think removing the days is actually important. Nobody pays attention to those days. I get dues all year long,
Mhm.
Yeah,
all year
Yeah.
long.
Mhm.
So it's,
And then
it's
you can
having to really
remove your-
train the members to get it to us before December.
And then I would just email Mr. Barnes. Mr. Barnes, can you get that check out? Or, oh, we didn't send that check.
right.
Okay. Well, that one's good. We're gonna keep that.
Okay.
Alrighty. So active membership fees, this is good. Active membership fees, the fee of the active members shall be determined by the board of directors from time to time. So we can change that membership fee. Associate membership fee, the fee of the associate members shall be determined by the board of directors from time to time. So that's the one that we said we're going to possibly increase for WSSC or PEPCO or whomever to possibly 200 or 250. We don't want to do anything ridiculous, right? So like 200, we want some people to maybe come in.
Yes.
Oh, I wrote that down there already, didn't I?
But it doesn't go in the bylaws. We just,
The bylaws right there just says from time to time.
okay.
Factors affecting membership. Any member may resign at any time by filing a written notice of resignation. Mayor Lilly did that. With the secretary, any member may be removed when such action is deemed to be in the best interest of the corporation by the majority vote of the members present in person at any meeting called for such purpose. Membership in good standing. Members in good standing with the corporation shall be those who have satisfied all requirements imposed upon members by the corporation, including the payment in full of the required membership dues as set forth herein in the amount determined by the board of directors. Only members in good standing shall be entitled to receive the benefit that result from membership in the corporation, including without limitation any applicable voting rights. Annual meeting. The annual meeting of the members shall be held each year in the month of December or January. We added January because December gets so crowded or busy. So that's why we added possibly January, because January is kind of calm. People tend not to do anything. So we were wondering if you wanted to maybe throw January in there, even though I had this wonderful idea of the 70s Christmas party this year to open it up to everybody, have a 70s Christmas party that I didn't really want to get into tonight because I don't want to prolong the hour. That we can set up a committee to talk about. At such hour, date, place, board of directors shall determine. Election of directors and officers shall take place at the annual meeting. Special meetings of the members shall be called by the president of the board of directors upon the written request of members holding 10% of all votes entitled to be cast on an issue proposed to be considered a special meeting. Such written request shall describe the purpose of such meeting, be signed and dated, and be delivered to the corporation. So, do you want to keep?
December and January. I don't like December or January. I like an annual meeting to be specific, whatever that month is. You can make it in January, but I'm saying you should need an annual meeting should be specific to me. Because whoever wants to run for the board or something, I think it should be specific. I don't think we should have choices. I think it needs to be specific.
Oh,
And we are specific. Annual meeting of the board is usually specific. Not if this happens or that happens. I don't care if it changes to January. It makes a difference to me. But I'm saying I think it needs to be specific.
This was Karen's suggestion. She said usually, well, go ahead.
Does it have to be in December or January? Can it be in July?
It
or
can be.
August?
She
I
said it
feel
could,
like it should coincide with the fiscal year and when people are paying their dues.
I think that's a good idea. The only problem is that we can't do it.
Hmm?
Gotta get Mayor Casey, we didn't hear the end of what you said.
I think that's a great idea that the leadership follows the fiscal year, but that would mean we'd have to do it now. So if you're gonna pass that, it would need to take effect next year.
Also, it would
it's-
take place next
we are now
year,
in the
but it
new
wouldn't,
budget year.
yeah.
There was a
Mm.
reason for this. There was a reason for this. And I don't know what it is. I have to ask Jackie Goodall about that. There's a reason because of this this annual meeting. They talked about this annual meeting, and I don't know what it is right now. I can't remember. I'll ask her.
well, Karen Cooper suggested that we say December or January, specifically for the reasons I just said, that December tends to be kind of busy or whatever, and it gets rushed. And so she said to say December, or January, and I agree.
Well, I will make it January because I just don't want or. What do you mean? We have choices. This is a
Yeah,
ordinance supposed to go. You know, it's supposed to have all their ducks in a row, and you're gonna say or. We
what's
want
wrong with that? Yeah,
I don't like or.
you
Not for
might,
me.
you might not like it, but or is okay.
I'm just telling you what I like.
I know.
But it is specific though, Mayor. It is specific. It's specific. You either, you have to have it in December or January,
January.
period.
No, I'm saying
You can't
one.
have it in February.
No, I'm just saying
It-
1 month. I'm just saying 1 month. I understand what you're saying, but you can do it December, January. That's my opinion. I think it should be 1 month. We can move on. I have no problem.
Okay, so we're gonna stay with that.
Okay.
Either or. Either December or January or December. That's where we are. We're gonna bring that back up again, right?
Mhm. I'll ask Jackie what happened. I'm just gonna ask Jackie why we did this. Okay. There was a
And Kate
reason
will
behind
stay
it.
out.
Okay.
She just gonna hold her head and stay out of it.
Who, me?
No, Mayor
Oh,
Casey.
Mayor Casey. Oh.
I'm indifferent.
Right. Okay, so special meetings.
Okay.
Okay. Notice of meetings, a written notice of each annual meeting, special meetings, and members shall be given by the secretary. That's pretty norm. Person designated by the board, each member at least 7 days before the meeting, electronic transmission. Record date. The board of directors shall fix a record date to determine the members entitled to notice of a meeting of the member. Wait a minute. The board of directors shall fix a record date to determine the members entitled to notice of a meeting of the member, to demand a special meeting, to vote, or to take any other action. A record date fixed under the section shall not be more than how many days before the meeting or action requiring a determination of members.
This was in the original bylaws. I ain't never heard of such thing. I never heard of that one. Record date. I never seen it. I can't remember.
Let me see something. The board has to decide the record date before the meeting or action requiring a determination of members. This is how you confirm how many members are eligible to vote on a matter. So,
Does this have anything to do, does 3.9, is it part of 3.8? So is that what this record date is, or is it something completely separate?
yes, it is. It is part of the. It is part of members in good standing. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go back to Karen, but I think it's part of the special meeting. Is that what you said, 3.7? I think it's part of the special meeting.
So
It's
I just did a quick Google search and this is what AI is telling me. AI is telling me a record date in bylaws is a date that determines which members of an association are eligible to vote in an election or member meeting. It can also be used to determine which shareholders are entitled to vote at a meeting, receive a dividend, or receive notice of a meeting.
Right. So the
Yeah.
10% where it says the special meeting of the members shall be called by president of the board of director, and 10% of all votes entitled to be cast issue proposed consideration of special meeting, and describe the purpose of the meeting, all that stuff. And then the members in good standing, all of that. And then a record date fixed under the section shall not be more than how many days before the meeting and the action required determination of the members.
So I could be completely wrong, but this almost feels like it goes back to the whole no member shall be entitled to voting privileges whose dues for the years have not been received by
Right.
the corporation no later than 10 calendar days.
Well, a member in good standing. Yes, the paying your dues.
So I feel like for the November for the November meeting period, that should be a record date where everybody knows that they are in good standing so that if we have the vote in December or January, you already are aware.
But I still
So
don't know how many record dates. What is that?
I would say it's 30 days before the next meeting, because that's the meeting where we'll be voting. And if you make it 30 days, if we decide to vote in January, then it's still accurate. And this could be very simple, whether it's in November or December, the treasurer will just read the list of people who have paid their dues. And that lets you know if you can vote.
I'll have to get more clarification on that one. Let's skip that one. Thank you, Mayor Casey. We're going to jump to 312. And we'll stop in 15 minutes, okay? Was that good? Quorum. At any meeting of the members, 1/3 of the membership or 15 members, whichever is less, shall constitute a quorum for the consideration of any question. The reason we went to 15 members is if we should grow, even if we don't have 15, 1/3 is still safe.
I'm
Good.
just gonna, okay. This isn't, I'm gonna say this. I just
Mhm.
looked at Maryland Black Mayor's what bylaws are these? The Maryland Black Mayor's bylaws for 2020 did not have anything in here about no record date or anything. I'm looking at them.
Well, this is what we had. This is what,
It has nothing. It has a notice at section 4. It has nothing. I don't know what we're looking at, because I know that record date. I ain't never seen that. Quorum. I see the quorum. I see section 4. Let me see what else I got here. Let me move this out the way. Maybe I can move it.
so what's 3.8?
We don't have a 3.8.
Notice of meeting?
I have section 2, special meeting, section 3, place of holding meetings, section 4, notice of meetings. Section 5, quorum, section 6, conduct of meetings.
No, you don't have the breakdown of them?
No, I don't have any of that. This was
Oh,
MBM bylaws for 2020. These were the ones that were approved at the June 24th, 2020 meeting.
but
Maryland,
you didn't have a breakdown of them. You have article,
I have Article 1, I have Article 2, members.
and then you don't have any other, you just have the articles and no number.
No, I have Article 1, Article 2, Article 1, Section 1, that's about the office, the mercantile. Section 2, other offices. Article 2 is members. Annual meeting, it says second Thursday in December. The
You-
annual
you-
meeting of the members of the corporation shall be held on the second Thursday in December, if not a legal holiday, and if a legal holiday, the next succeeding day. Then it didn't have no breakdown. It has section 2, then it has section 2 say special meeting, section 3 say place of holding meeting, a place of holding the meeting. What does that say? All membership shall be held at the principal office of the corporation. Section 4, notice of meetings. I don't have
Yes.
any breakdown.
I don't know what you have.
This is the last bylaws that I can send it to you, approved at the January 4th, 2020 meeting, the Maryland Black Mayors Inc. bylaws. And it has redlining in it. You know, like it was approved, you know how they approved and they add the redlining anyway, you know, and they just approved what they took out or whatever.
Mhm.
That's why I couldn't recall, what is that date? We never had that before. I've never seen it. I know I've read the bylaws. But okay, we can move on. I don't know if we're working with the right one, so.
Well,
No.
this is the one, I don't know where this one would have come from.
Well,
This is Maryland Black Mayor's bylaws.
this one just says approved at June 24th, 2020 meeting. This is the one we had before. This is the one we had sent before. I remember this is the last one we had, June
So where
24th.
this one came from?
I don't know.
No, okay.
Go ahead, let's move on, because I'll send it to you and you can compare and we can move on, but it doesn't have that. So
Yeah, yours looks like a short version.
it is, and it goes up to, they got Article 1, Article 2, Article 3, Board of Directors, filling vacancies. It's
Article 4 is,
Article
okay.
Article 3 is Board of Directors.
Quorum, we did quorum.
Okay.
All right, where are we? With changes.
Quorum.
Article 5, committees.
Article
5.1,
5.
committees.
Article
5.3,
Let's see.
executive committee. The executive committee shall consist of 4 officers: the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer of the corporation. Correct? standing committees. That's 5.3. There shall be 2 standing committees of the Board of Directors, nominating and finance audit. The duties of the standing committee shall be as follows. The nominating committee determines and recommends the board for its approval, qualifications, quality, skills, and expertise to be used as criteria selecting nominees for the board membership. The committee shall also identify and recommend the board nominees for each office to be filled and set forth in section blah blah of the bylaw. The number of members of the nominating committee shall be under all circumstances an odd number. The Finance Audit Committee, that is consider all matters relating to business management of the corporation, monitor the corporation's financial condition, present the annual budget. Mayor Robinson, provide the Board of Directors with a complete financial overview of the corporation and recommend policies and procedures governing the funding of annual operational plans and financing of long-term capital needs, oversight of accounting principles and practices used by the corporation, selection of independent auditor for the corporation and oversight of its qualifications, independence, and performance, and review and discussion of the corporation's independent auditor and management regarding the annual and quarterly financial statement and oversight of the risk management and internal controls.
Mayor, just one point here. There are 2 sections titled 5.3. There's 5.3 Executive Committee, and then there's 5.3 Standing Committees. So I don't know if that's an error.
5.3, yes, and I said it twice, didn't I? 5.3 Executive Committee. 5.3.
So we may need to check back to make sure. But
Yeah.
then again, it feels like there needs to be a comparison made between sets of bylaws.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you. I'm gonna email it to you. I'm gonna email them to you.
Hurt
What-
doesn't sound- no.
Let me see.
I think Mayor Robinson's the one that sent me these in the first place. Where is
Let me add a note here just so that we don't forget.
I'm getting ready to change it now. I need to move this over here. The other question is, I don't want to get into that discussion, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
Mhm. 2022. Okay.
Finance audit. Annual budget. Okay. So executive director, we haven't had executive director in what, 2 years now? Karen Cooper believes that we need one. It'd be great if we had one, but we can't afford one. We have to decide whether we want to keep it as an executive director or call it something else. Because it definitely says that the annual budget is prepared by the executive director. Of course, it also states by the finance chair or the finance committee. So we have to figure that part out. Do we want an executive director? And then if we do, how are we going to afford an executive director? And I know Mayor Goodall talks about grants, but I don't know if we're still in a position to get grants, to obtain grants anymore. We have to be 501c3, I believe. We just
What's
did
an
our,
average salary for an executive director?
was he getting, I think he was getting 250 or 150,
$250 a month.
250.
$150 a month?
Yes,
Mm.
I think that's what, what's his name? Jawan was getting.
Dewan, yeah.
Oh, he was getting $250 a month?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not bad.
But we don't have anything to make us grow, though. We want 250 a month. We weren't getting nothing. We gotta get some money back in our pot.
Hmm.
We gotta raise some money.
Okay, I sent the ones that I have, and I sent them in September. MBM, the ones, the bylaws, I sent them to everybody, so you can review them if you don't.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so we can put a halt on this for now. We stopped at Article 7. Okay, I got yours, Mayor.
So is the note for Article 6 under 6.1 whether we need to take this sentence out, the annual budget shall be prepared by the executive director?
Yeah, we need to figure out, do we want to keep an executive director?
I don't think it's the sentence, it's just the words executive director, who's preparing the
Director.
budget.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
well, executive, yeah. Do we want to keep that position? Are we going to, what are we going to do with that? What we going to do with executive director?
I would suggest the creation of a budget committee because we don't have the money to sustain an executive director.
Well, we have our finance chair. We have our treasurer, our finance chair who will be doing that anyway. So if we take that out, that'll work. I can't get rid of this thing.
Oh, we've done more than half of this of the bylaws, so that's great work.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate your diligence.
But I
Any
still think
questions, comments?
we still need to look at the ones that were done in June 2020.
Yeah, I'm gonna see who
Okay.
sent me this one, Mayor,
Okay,
and because I didn't pull it from the air, that's for sure.
and the latest one I have is this 2020, and it was done in, I think I sent it out in September or something.
And I hear you on that, and I'm saying I didn't pull this one from the air.
Understood.
The little, and yours just looks a little. The sections are, a little different.
They
It
are.
looks older than the one I had.
The red line is the one the red lining concerns me.
Yeah, I'm just saying yours looks a little older than the one I have.
Why you said, what is it, what you mean, look older? You mean it's more expansion? Or
No,
it's-
the sections, the way the sections are.
Yeah, that's what that was. It says it was approved and then you go well until the end. This is the one we were talking about. This is the one I've had all the time because I couldn't understand where this date came from. So I'm talking date because I've never seen it. I know I've read the bylaws.
Uh-huh. Okay. I can't get this daggone thing. My daggone thing.
So this looks like a simplified version and a draft. It doesn't look like an official bylaws. Like the ones that we were just reviewing look like in the formatting of
Okay, well, I'm just
normal
saying, this is all
bylaws.
I have. This is the last one I have, 2020. This is the revision.
Yeah,
2020.
but it's also a little concerning because
It
you all
is.
voted on it.
It
Like
was
you actually
approved
voted on this.
in 2020, June 2020.
And look, you have something here that's specific. Well, same thing. Yeah. Wow. Hmm.
Mhm.
So maybe this is more of an amendment because it's not because it says here these bylaws were amended on June 22nd.
Right, they
So
were
I don't
amended.
know. Huh.
I think I might wrote on that, yeah.
It's not,
That's your writing?
not the
Okay.
actual. Okay, I don't want to keep you too long. Um,
I have a quick question. Maybe
Go
not
back.
so quick.
I have some books. I have some books at the building. I'm gonna go back through these books. They have bylaws in them too. I mean, they have everything. They go way back there. They go way back. Okay, so
yeah.
that's my record.
Well, when was Maryland Black Mare started? Like 90 something?
Yeah.
So that's 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
30 years. Wow. Um, so the same way that we're all discussing having a budget committee, maybe we need to have like a work plan committee. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want people, I agree with what you're saying, Mayor Robinson, where you want people to see like the benefit and the value of being a member of Maryland Black Mayors. And you want people to see that we're doing things, right?
Yes,
We need to have a plan. Like, what is the work plan for the year or for the next 6 months?
yeah, I agree.
I think one great thing that has occurred is that we have had close to an audit last year. Was it 2023?
Yes.
Yeah, we had what we haven't ever had it. And so we had what was close to an audit. We're having our bylaw review. We haven't had that. We did have our first meet and greet. We haven't had that. So we finally got our QuickBooks in motion. We have not had that so that we can have an actual audit. We're going to have our budget in place next year. So yes, we are depleting our monies, our finances, but we are setting some things in order that we haven't had in order in years. So what is the Maryland Black Mayors doing? We're getting our things in order. We're getting our finances in order. We're making things right in-house first so that we can go out and do what we got to do. So that's what we're doing. We're getting our house in order. So before we didn't have that, and we saw a need, and I think that's what we're doing. And Mayor Robinson, you started doing that when you became president. You started doing that and you passed the torch. So I think we need to stay positive with what we're doing. Is it easy? No, but we stay positive. And like I said, we do have, like Mayor Casey said, we do have the attention of our governor, our Black governor. And he sees the professionalism and he doesn't mind being attached to us. So let's start from the inside. That's where beauty starts, inside, and it shows on the outside.
And Molly did say at the MML, Molly Bryan just said MML, which when y'all gonna do something? Governor liked that last time. When y'all gonna do something?
Mhm.
So that I said, well, we're gonna get it together. Don't worry. We didn't do it this year, too fast, but we'll get it together. He loved it.
Yep.
Maybe he can. I mean, we should have him come to something every year. So he hasn't come to anything yet for 2024. Maybe he comes to our annual meeting. Or I don't know. Why wouldn't he want to get dressed up in 70s gear? He'd look really cute wearing some little bell-bottom pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
we're getting things together. That's the whole point. We are getting things together. But she did say at MML that they want us back. They want to get us back in there. So
It was a great event. It was a great event.
Yeah. So if we can do that.
Just FYI, Cottage City is celebrating 100 years
Yes.
in August, and they're having their parade. I don't know if Maryland Black Mayors wants to do anything. They haven't necessarily asked for anything. I know that they're asking Colmar Manor if we want to walk in the parade or if we want to, I don't know. I don't know what Colmar Manor's, I don't know what we're going to do to celebrate them, but just putting that on everyone's calendar.
Yes.
And September, they have an election, right, in Sea Pleasant. Election in September in Sea
September. Oh.
Mayor Porter's running, and so is Mayor Grant. Yep, Grant. Look at everybody's eyes. Grant. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I've heard. Mayor Grant.
I don't know who Mayor Grant is. Who's Mayor Grant?
Mayor Porter
He's
told
the
me
former mayor.
Oh, you don't know Mayor
Former-
Grant? Oh.
Technically he's 2 mayors ago because Sharika was considered the mayor for a period of time. But if you just Google him, you'll see a plethora of information.
He'll be the first one to pop up.
Mayor
Yes,
Eugene Grant.
Eugene?
Eugene. Yes.
Grant. He's with me. Me and him together. Me and him together. Okay. Mayor Grant is running against Mayor Porter.
Oh man, Mayor
He was
Porter.
removed from office?
It's kind of scary. I
He
mean,
was removed from
I like Mayor
office.
Grant. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, don't get me
No, you.
I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not going to say that. But Mayor
He
Porter,
he had worse done than being removed from office. You should probably just keep digging.
oh, he was in a tent. He was in a tent. He was moved from the office.
He's the tent mayor.
He was a tent man.
Take it off recording.
Yes. But that is the news, and I think it's